I'm just gonna make some curtains, man.
Shopping trip has commenced.
I'm gonna cook me a little breakfast in here. So we're heading into, and then it caught fire. I saw flames. What we're gonna be cooking. Probably should have figured this out before I got here. I know what you're thinking.
We got biscuits in the oven. We forgot.
You're gonna see us try to sleep in here. They look pretty good. Thug Life chose me. That's what we did, folks. What you thinking? Huh? How are ya? You come in here for a hug? You come in here for a hug? All right. Don't shake off. Go out there. Go out there. Or you can stay right there. I don't care. What's up, guys? I am putting up some recovery gear that I used the other day. I had a buddy with a food truck get stuck out about 100 yards in the middle of a field. And had to go help him get his stuff out. But anyway, real quick, well, not real quick because this is the beginning of a video, so you know how that goes. I was cleaning this, or putting this back up, and I was going to load the truck back up to head out for a few days. And it's been, this is the first day. It's I don't know what the temperature is. It's probably 90 something, and the humidity is almost 100%. It's miserable here. It rained all day, off and on yesterday. And so this is the first day. We've got like 2 or 3 days of decent weather. I say decent, just not raining. But I was out here about to load the truck up, and I've been messing with these curtains. Actually, I haven't been messing with the curtains because I just don't find them as functional as I had thought they would be. And that's on me because these work. If you need blackout curtains and you need complete stealth, this is the way to go. I don't do that. After the first couple of trips, I don't think I've put these down in the last year, maybe once. But I just don't need that level of privacy. I prefer to look out and see, and it's amazing when you do the conditions right where you park. If you're doing stealth camping, you don't need all that, and it makes you stand out even more when you look all stealthy, blacked out. But what my idea is, I was sitting here putting this stuff up, and I'm looking up here, and I'm not happy with this. It's very drab and stuff in here, with the exception of my newly decorated red, white, and blue stuff that I've got started. But anyway, we need something to liven this place up a little bit. So what I think I'm going to do today is put this gear up, and then I'm just going to make some curtains, man. And so that's what we're going to do in this video. I'm going to, I've got an idea. I'm going to reuse the rods that I have up here. And anyway, you'll see, but we've got to go buy a sewing machine. I don't have a sewing machine. I haven't sewn let me talk while I put this up, because if not, I'll be out here for 30 years. I haven't sewn in a long time as far as with a sewing machine. I think I can still figure it out and see what we can make happen with that. And I'm going to make it like my dad. This is very common in the 70s, man, to put curtains in the back of your pickup trucks. And my dad and his friends and stuff, I remember going to one lady's house, and they would sew them, and they would gather them up right in the little Y, little hourglass shape, and they had the little balls, dingle balls things hanging off of them and stuff. I mean, it was badass back in the day, dude. And so I think I might do something kind of off of that, a play off of that maybe, with a little bit extra privacy, and that's what I want. I want just a touch more privacy. I don't know how I set this shit in here. There, just a touch more privacy is all I'm looking for. There we go. That little access panel right there, man. That's money. As I struggle with it. What the hell am I saying? We're gonna make curtains, man. I gotta get a marketplace. I want to try to find a pickup, and you guys are gonna come along for all this. We're gonna get a marketplace, try to find a sewing machine that maybe I'm smart enough to operate, and then we're gonna pick that up today. We're gonna go to Hobby Lobby and pick up some fabric. I don't need blackout curtains. I'm gonna have a problem with this back, and I'll talk about that. I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with that yet. It's a pain in the ass to figure out those back doors and windows. But I think what I'm going to do is throw another one of these rods down here, and I'm not sure how I'm going to do all the curtains yet, but I'm going to have a little more window space taken up. And the reason why I want to do this is not because I'm looking for privacy, it's because I want to block some of the damn sunlight that comes in. It wakes us up really early sometimes, especially coming into the summer, and some of the heat that's going to be coming in off of that. That's really, if I can reduce this window space and cover it, 50%, and that's a 50% reduction of that direct sunlight that's coming into here. Will it make a difference? Probably not, but at least I'm going to tell myself that to justify making new curtains. But we're going to have to go to Hobby Lobby. I've got to buy some more of these little conduits and stuff. I'm making a mental list. I just decided to do this literally a few minutes ago and went and got the camera. So we're going to try to knock this out. I'm going to try to make this and do this all in one day. Not sure if that'll happen or not, but and it ain't going to happen if I don't get my ass out of here. See you guys.
All right, guys, so the shopping trip has commenced. I'm at Walmart. I'm gonna run in here. I gave up on trying to find a marketplace sewing machine that was somewhat cheap. Just too much by the time I found one and met up and all that stuff, and then I was trying to research those and to figure out how to run them, because I don't know anything about them. Yeah, anyway, so I'm just gonna go buy, I think I'm gonna go buy in here a thing called a Singer Quick Stitch. We'll see how that works. And I'm gonna pick up anything else that I can find in here. I should be able to get the rods and maybe the little hanger things. All right, here's the issue. They don't have, the biggest they've got here is 48 inch. I need this one 48 to 84, but they only have it in white. And I had that problem last time, so I think we're gonna have to probably go to, I think I wound up getting them at Lowe's. I don't know, but I'm thinking about using some type of ring like this time. I just don't know. Probably should have figured this out before I got here. Well, that was 100% unfruitful. I forgot when I made those curtains last time. I'll move you over here. Doesn't make any difference. You're not gonna be there long. I made those curtains last time and had the same problem. Ran into trying to get stuff out here, and they never had what I was needing, and I wound up getting my rods at Lowe's. So we're going to go to Lowe's, and I don't think I'm going to use the clamps. I think I'm going to slide them on the rod, and I just make it up as I go. I don't plan a whole lot of stuff out. I kind of get a loose idea, and then I don't lock myself into too much as far as specifics on products and what I'm going to use, because you just never know what you're going to find, what's going to work. So I just get kind of a bullet point of ideas, and I just go running around scrounging and seeing what I can find to make that idea come to fruition. So probably not the most efficient way to do it, but it's it's about the only way that I know how to work, man. So anyway, what sucks is I left Preacher at the house, and I got one more stop, so it wouldn't have been, I started to say I could have just brought him anyway, but so we're gonna hit Lowe's, get the rods and stuff, and then we'll head to Hobby Lobby, and we'll start looking for the pattern and all the fabric and all that stuff. All right, later. All right, that was dumb. I remember why I don't like getting those rods from Lowe's, and why I didn't like to do it last time is because they're like 15 bucks or something a piece. You can buy them cheaper on Amazon. The white rods at Walmart are like 4 bucks. Yeah, I could have just got the white ones, but I didn't want to mess with it. You could also do this with dowel rods. Depending on the climate you live in. If you put dowel rods in there over Oklahoma humidity and heat stuff, it's going to warp and look like crap. But that was $42.50. These are the clamps that I use. These are like conduit clamps or insulated cable clamps, and it's the 1/2 inch. They make us smaller. It won't work, so you need the 1/2 inch if you're going to take your screws out, put the rods in, at least the size of the rods that I'm using, and then put those back in, which I'll show you later. So this is not, I mean, I don't know, it depends on what your definition of expensive is. That's 42 bucks. I don't know what my fabric is going to be. I gotta turn that AC back on. It's too damn hot and muggy. I don't know what the AC, I don't know what the fabric's gonna be, and I've got a little sewing machine that I'm gonna go pick up. So yeah, go ahead, man. The world's yours, dude. No consequences. I wish I could live in a zero consequence world. Anyway, I don't know. We're going to Hobby Lobby, man. See you there. All right, so we're heading into Hobby Lobby to get our fabric for our curtains. I actually used to work at a Hobby Lobby when I was in college for a period of time. Pretty neat place to work, actually. Anyway. Nope. Lord's Convenience Store. They have a sugar-free watermelon smoothie, slushy, icy thing. Dude, that's awesome. So here's the haul from Hobby Lobby. Now, I don't know, I was looking for something to try to get more color and stuff in there and still be somewhat subdued, and then kind of brighten it up and help with the lighting. So I found this, and it's got a pretty bad, let me just show you, I gotta see it. It's pretty cool. It's green's my favorite color, and it's got these kind of chevron things on it, which makes it directional pattern wise, and so that was kind of a difficult thing, and I was trying to measure. Anyway, I just bought what was left of that bolt of fabric, which was 5.8 or 5 yards and an eighth, or I don't know how that works out, but anyway, it was a little over 5 yards. Their fabric is like 40% off right now, so that, and I bought a cream colored general purpose thread to go with it. Did I need 5 yards of that? Absolutely not, but with it being a directional pattern, it makes it come somewhat tricky for a guy like me to do, and so there's going to be some trial and error. And then also I'm going to I've got some other projects, and that fabric will work well for those pillows and stuff like that. So y'all didn't know I was Bobby Homemaker, did you? Anyway, let's go back because I forgot to buy the sewing machine at the place I was at earlier, so we got to go back over there and pick it up. All right, I don't know if I need that up there. I don't use that at all, really. Let's just take that down. Those are kind of cool, those little elastic gear storage, or not elastic, but Velcro gear storage things. Yeah, I didn't use these. Matter of fact, I used them so little that I zip tied the curtain up to give me more vision and a better view when I'm back here. I was using these little zipper Velcro cable ties, but this one I didn't, I don't think. Yeah, obviously, Chuck. No, I did. There's some there. This one up here is all zip tied up, and maybe I didn't zip tie. Maybe I just zip tied that. Hell, I don't remember. But I know I didn't use them. So hopefully we're going to get something that looks a lot better in here and is a hell of a lot more functional. Hey, come on. There's what those screws look like. Take these little conduit clips off of here. Oh, I keep showing you. I only showed you those like 70,000 times. Nothing wrong with these curtains at all. They just, I mean, they're actually super good at what they do. Probably the best blackout. I've built several or made several blackout, and I did make them because I bought blackout curtains and then I improved upon them by spraying plasti dip. This part right here was actually white. You guys probably saw the video. If you haven't seen how I made these, I'll drop a link to the video in the description below. But there we go, one down. And I'm gonna kind of figure out how I want to set these and how far apart I want them to be. This fabric here is roughly, let me go here. That's about 21 inches, roughly 21 inches. So that, let's go about 20 inches. 2, 3. All right, 3 panels, 3 curtains should do me. All right, I think I got a pretty good idea of where I'm going to go with this now, so let's go get to sewing. I'm just trying to stay cool. It is insanely hot out here right now, and will be until probably December. But I'm just tying these up. You'll kind of see what I'm doing here if you don't already know. But I'm just going to tie these up, and I'm using some just some jute twine that I've got, kind of a rustic look, right? These aren't the most well-designed curtains. They're not gonna win any awards or anything like that, but they're functional and I dig them, and that's what's important as far as I'm concerned. All right guys, that's gonna get it pretty close to done in here. I'll get you a better shot of these, but I'm just trying to tie them up. These are really just to give me a little bit more flexibility when I do want some shade or some privacy and stuff like that. But I think this is kind of how I'm going to run them for a while and just kind of see. What's up, dude? All right, guys. Well, sorry, I got to hug the dog. Apparently, he needs a hug and he needs a brush, and I hope you guys are seeing all that. Today is his bath day, and good Lord, does he need it. All right, let's show you what we've done here. Let me come out here and get a better view of these curtains for you. That's what we did, folks. I used, and I'll get in there, this is a better, well, sunlight and all that crap, but you know. This is kind of what I was talking about hourglass wise. This is a very 70s kind of look. My dad and all his buddies and stuff back when I was a kid, late 70s, early 80s, but late 70s actually, they were putting these in the rear windows. It was very common to have, in Oklahoma anyway, those curtains along the rear window there. But let me get up in here and show you what I got going on here. These aren't perfect, and I'll tell you what kind of way I designed these and what I did, the way I did them for. I just took some jute cord and made my stays or my clasps or whatever, and you can see they're just these rods up here. I've got those in, and you can, these are malleable, so you can smash those back and tuck those rods in up there close, so if they're pushed out or anything like that. I extend this out a little bit because I use this for different things, so it can go in or out, and so that's kind of functional. So if I want to hang stuff, I like these rods for that. I'll show you those another time. Those are pretty bad to the bone. Anyway, down here, I know the lighting's not the greatest, but it's about 100 degrees already, heat index out here in Oklahoma. So I'm just trying to get this done. Excuse me there. I'm just trying to get this done because I'm about to sweat through this shirt and I've only had it on about 30 seconds. What else we got? Oh, so the way I designed these, what I did, if I can, well, I don't have that pillow in here. I just made them a square, and I didn't video one done, but let me turn it around here. Guys, all I did on these was I just took the fabric and made the shape that I needed for this, whatever my measurements were, and then I doubled this fabric over, pattern side or print side to itself, sewed sewed it completely together, and then I just ripped these seams out here. I double stitched back underneath it here, knowing I was going to rip these out. So I just ripped the seams out here and did the same thing on the bottom, slid the rails through. There's not a channel. I had initially done, and I've done them like this before, where I put a channel underneath here. That's what I did on the last ones and slid the rod through. I didn't do that on this one. It makes it a pain in the ass, really, to slide those back and forth. You wind up having to get up there and kind of mess with it and slide it in that little track, if you will. I didn't like that when I'd done that before. So all I did was just leave it empty. I didn't sew those up. I didn't put a track in there. And so it's kind of like outside of that little catch at the top, there's space in there. I could have glued those or put some fabric spray and stuck those together, but I didn't want to mess with that. Everything slides really easy. Let me show you kind of what I'll do with these, and I'll just show you on this one here. I got it set up. And again, I know the lighting's not the greatest, but anyway, what we'll do is I just come in here if I want to undo that, and we'll get a little privacy. I'll just tie this in a knot because I'm a dummy, and I knew when I pulled that I was going to do that. Good Lord, I know how to tie that. Anyway, I'll just come in here, flatten them out, or I'm sorry, spread them out, and this will go down here. I can move that out there. This can go back behind there, but I'm not going to jack with it. Anyway, that's how they come undone, and then I can fit or conceal all of that pretty much up, or I can seal it up by just putting those curtains in there and undoing them like that. When I get done, I just pull these back together. If I can get it off of that, there we go. Pull them back together, tie them up, and we are done. Anyway, you guys get the drift there. Come back up, reposition them how I want, and there you go. So why I made them this way, number one was simplicity in design, which means simplicity in the manufacturing. So it was super simple to make, and the benefit is I can unscrew 4 bolts or 4 screws out of here, take these rods completely off as a unit, take them, slide the curtains off, and slide 3 more panels back on, bolt it back up here, and that won't take me 15 minutes, if that. The benefit of that is I can change these curtains out really simple. I can make these curtains very simply. So if I want to change them, and I always want to change stuff, I like to change it up. It gets boring. If you're living in a very small space, you like to keep it inviting. So I can go out and I can pick up any fabric I want. You can do this with anything, any fabric, anything you can sew together. And you don't have to sew, by the way. If you want to do this and you don't know how to sew, go buy some stuff called Liquid Stitch. I'll put a link in the description, but Liquid Stitch, I use it for a bunch of different things. It's super simple to use. I keep saying super simple because this project is super simple. And I'm talking fast because I'm about a cup of coffee in with no breakfast. So anyway, you can literally change this. You want fur curtains? Make fur curtains. Fireman, obviously. That's who I'm gearing that one for. But whatever you want. You want funny, you want sad, you want whatever. If you want to change with the seasons, hey man, blossom. Blossom. Do you, man. Have a good time with it. There's not a whole lot that, excuse me. Oh, there's nothing over there you can see because, let me go out here. Let's kind of show you here. Grab that phone. Again, what these look like from the outside and that pattern. I just dig that pattern, man. I think that's pretty cool. I hid my little sewing screw up over here. I didn't get that tucked in enough. And you can see that machine does all right job. It's not the best in the world. That's definitely not my fault. But I like this pattern. I like green. like my 4th of July flowers there. But this will give me just a little bit of privacy. I mean, it's not a lot, obviously. It just does break that up a little bit. I think it looks kind of cool too, man. Again, 70s, right? But this is the big deal. When I had the other ones, they were up here and you had to unroll the whole thing. It was all or nothing. And that was a pain in the butt to have to undo all those clasps or secure points to get it to drop. This, I can lay here where my head is, and that's always the problem, is sun coming in just like you see it there. And I can undo that, or I can just move this whole panel over without undoing that. That's the thing. These will slide as a complete, unit. So I don't have to have all of that. Now, I know what you're thinking. Chuck, that's a badass FJ. And you're right. And it belongs to my 15.8-year-old daughter. And Preacher Jones, come here. Yell out here for the neighbors. Let's take a look at this while we're out here. As I forget, you got to lock that twice. This is bad to the bone, and it's adventure ready. I'll go back there and open that up and show you what we got back there, guys. But this I should have made that wide lens, but this was my father-in-law's rig. And we took it up on Rim Rocker. I posted some photos on our Instagram, or I know I did on our Facebook. I don't remember where all I posted, but if you're not following us on those socials, then fix yourself. But he, look at that, he's got taste, doesn't he? But he built this out. He's a shorter fella, and he would sleep in here, lay that down. He had a filing cabinet, or a storage thing over there, but this is I can't use it more. That's a gym, or what the hell, winch bag, basically. Not basically, that's what it is. But he's got this whole pull-out section. That's his old Coleman 2-burner. All of this he designed himself. You can take all these boards off. That's a cutting board. It slides out. You can turn that, open this, storage. He's got one of the older refrigerators that I've seen. And he built all of this track in here. All of this himself, man. He wired all this up. He custom made all of this stuff right here. I mean, the dude, it's not over. I'm gonna show you the rest of this rig. We're gonna take this out, excuse me, we're gonna take this out, Preacher and I, and get a camp in. And you're gonna see us try to sleep in here. Yeah, stay tuned for that one. But let's go over here and I'll show you the rest of this. Preacher, come on, buddy. You want to get in here? I know you do. Come on, Jeff's way. She drove Preacher in it the other day with my wife. There you go, buddy. Truck up. That's a good dog. There him is. That's the little space where the storage stuff was. And he travels with a dog too. So what I'm thinking is I'll lean this part up here and I'll run my mattress in here. I'm not sure what we're gonna do with you. He made this bumper, guys. He made that. When Super Dave makes something, he makes something. That dude's impressive. Super. That's why we call him Super Dave. You ready to get out of there? Come on, you're just dribbling and drobbling slobber all over her rig. Come on, let's go. We're not driving yet. So the girls are inside and they're, well, they're not morning people. They're not afternoon people either. That sounds bad, but it depends on when you get a hold of them. You know how that goes. Maybe you don't. I don't know. All right, so I've got two things that I was kind of wanting to test out later today anyway to see kind of how they work and how they taste. Thought I might use both of these in a recipe later. So I'm going to button up the rest of this stuff. I'm going to run in and grab a couple items. I'm going to cook me a little breakfast in here, kind of impromptu, to test out a power station, a little toaster oven that I got, and some biscuits and gravy things. Should be kind of interesting, or at least I think it will, especially since I caught this little oven on fire yesterday. Let me go get it. This is a little Dash toaster oven. It's so I ordered this and the day after I ordered it, one of you guys recommended it. So I think it pulls 500 watts, 400 watts, 500, something like that. But I did a test burn on it to burn out all the oils and paint and all that crap in the house yesterday. And I opened it up and you won't be able to see it. Shocking, I almost burned it up. Let me show you with my camera phone or camera phone, God. Camera phone. You got one of them camera phones? So back in there, and I can't really see, but underneath there was, I shut it up, and I set it off to the side, and I'm sitting there looking at it, and it didn't take too long, and I see smoke coming out. Not a lot at first, and so I'm looking at it. I don't leave it. I'm set it on the counter. We have granite countertop, so I set it there, knowing that, hey, something may happen. So I never walk off and leave stuff like that when I burn it out for the first time. And I was watching it, and then I saw something in there. I could see that heating element, and all of a sudden I saw something like roll and curl and envelop that lower heating element. And then it caught fire. I saw flames, and I'm like, good Lord. So I reach over and unplug it, and underneath that heating element, they had stuck a piece of paper from the manufacturer. I didn't see it. It's brushed stainless in there, or brushed aluminum. So it looked white, like the same. I didn't see it. So if you buy one of these, and all that piece of paper said that I could gather was to read the instructions and to remove that piece of paper that serves no damn function. Anyway, let me get this set up, run, and plugged in, and I'll be right back with our delectables. All right, I've got this. I've got an electrical extension cord that runs up over there, and I've got it tracked down the back of this so I can have electric back here at the back of the truck. And I've got this, it runs over to the side. So I've got this running off of that. I'm gonna preheat this. I don't know why. I think this cooks at 400 degrees if I read it right. So I'm gonna just do a little preheat on this. We'll see how this goes. All right, so this is what we're gonna be cooking. I got these at Aldi's. I'm kind of new to the Aldi's game. I'm exploring all their stuff. Sausage and gravy biscuit bites. Sausage and gravy wrapped in a crispy biscuit crust. I doubt that, but let's see what the directions say. Not that it matters. Conventional oven, preheat oven to 425, range in a single layer. We got it. 13 minutes or until sizzling. Bake in the center of oven for 13 minutes or until sizzling. Okay, that's what they look like. They look like long gnocchi, that potato pasta, ribbed for fireman's pleasure. I don't know. I just want to do a taste test on these. They look, I have a feeling I'm going to be doing pizza pocket as well. Or that's what it's going to taste like. I can smell you cooking now. I'll probably take the girls some, even though they don't want anything. Let's do that. Let's go. There we are. See how this works. Oh, he's out of the chute. There he goes, and he's off. There we go. That's what I like to see. Yeah, boy. Oh, you got me. That's it. Get it, boy. He likes to get it on that fence. There you go. Look like a seal. Come over here, brother. Bring it here. Let's play soccer. What do you think? Gatorade break? Well, guys, that's gonna do it for this one. Hope you guys enjoy. Oh shit! We got biscuits in the oven. We forgot. Look at that. I ripped my shirt, but breakfast is ready. That's kind of cool and unplanned. I should probably turn that off. Wow. I'm gonna pull these out and catch my breath. I'll pull these out here, guys, and I think I'm gonna set them on top. They look pretty good, dude. It's burning the shit out of my hand, though. Here we go. These have pretty much cooled. Let's give it a taste here. All right. I was really prepared to not like these. piece of sausage. Let's give it a. That's good. It's got definite. I mean, you can taste this breakfast sausage. Good way. All right. I can do something with these. They get nice and crispy. They're the dough is more like a Totino's pizza roll kind of thing, or a yeah, more like that. Well, guys, that's gonna, like I was trying to do earlier, that's gonna do it for me and Preacher Boy. Hope you guys like the video. Hope the curtains inspire you, if nothing else, to get out, create something for your space, or don't. Just get out there. Just get out and do something. Get off the couch. Ooh, that's a good one there, man. I don't know what you guys are thinking. How do you look like that, sweat like that? It's 100 degrees, and you're outside in it cooking biscuits and gravy and drinking hot coffee. Well, folks, the answer to that is, I didn't choose the thug life. Thug life chose me. Till next time, y'all put some gravel in your travel.
I wake up to a little bit of drool on my pillow, feel like it's gonna be a bad day. Yeah, I'm tired of shit, and the coffee ain't hit yet, damn, ain't that great. I don't wanna go to work, cause my boss is